Eucommia ulmoides is a single species of rubber tree that is now native only to certain parts of China, although historically it was believed to actually be a lot more widespread than that and be native to many different countries all around the world. But now numbers of this tree in the wild have been absolutely decimated. They've dwindled down to really almost nothing because of really idiotic harvesting techniques. And the reason why I call them idiotic is because the bark of the tree, which is what's used in herbal medicine, renews itself very easily. It renews itself annually if it's harvested properly. The tree will just continue to produce new healthy layers of bark every year with no long-term damage made to the tree whatsoever by having single layers harvested carefully every year. But unfortunately, people haven't been harvesting it like this. They've been very greedy and they've been basically killing large numbers of this tree. So fortunately, it is now cultivated. And, this is usually what people are using when they're using Eucommia as a medicine. Now, Eucommia bark is actually very special because it possesses both the yin and yang energies. So it's both expansive and contractive. It's both energizing and very nourishing and restorative. So it's really excellent at rebuilding our subtlest essence or our life force, or, our Jing essence in a very grounded and balanced and full spectrum manner. Now, it's gently warming with a slightly sweet taste, and it's a really good tonic for both the liver and the kidneys. And because our Jing life force resides within the kidney system, Eucommia enhances both the yin and yang aspects of Jing, so it really improves the health of all the structural components related to this Jing essence, like building bone density and increasing the flexibility and the strength of tendons and ligaments and connective tissues. Now, Eucommia actually contains connective tissue within its bark, which you can see when you crack the bark open. Now, normally when you buy Eucommia bark, it's already been perforated and it's already been broken open to expose this elastic collagen-like substance, which is really important because this needs to be exposed in order to extract this part of the plant so it can actually be bioavailable to us as a medicine. And this part of the bark stimulates the healing and repair of the spine and the lower back, the hips, the knees, the ankles, the wrists, all of these joint areas that have, perhaps been degenerating through injury or stress or old age. So it's really perfect for people that are getting older, people that have been injured a lot, people that are doing high intensity sports and athletics, and also for treating, conditions like osteoporosis and osteoarthritis and really just the commonplace general wear and tear of the joints. Now, a long time ago, before the invention of the electron microscope and before we developed this obsession with trying to understand how everything works simply by reducing it down to its molecular structure, herbalists learned about the nature of natural medicines by observing nature over a long period of time. And what they observed with Eucommia was that animals, and especially wild deer, would seek out Eucommia when they had, fractures, broken bones, they had any kind of structural injuries to the body. They would seek out Eucommia bark and they'd strip it from the tree and eat it throughout this convalescent period of healing. And they noticed that it would actually speed up the healing process of these injuries dramatically. So Eucommia enhances our adaptability to stress and all of the inevitable changes and transitions that we go through in our lives. And it promotes healing not only on the physical structure of the body, but also to the neuroendocrine system, the circulatory system, and the immune system as well. And studies have shown that this herb is both anti-inflammatory as well as being a mild sedative. and it was established decades ago that Eucommia was extremely safe, and it was a very effective natural treatment for hypertension. So it really has no recorded contraindications with any conventional medicine, so it makes a great adjunct therapy for those who are trying to lower elevated blood pressure. Similarly to the green leafy herb epimedium, Eucommia actually is a very effective fertility tonic and libido enhancer for both men and women. And for men in particular, it provides a lot more sexual stamina because it slows down the release of semen and actually can prevent premature ejaculation. According to the system of the 5 elements, the elevated wind element is actually very prevalent in the stressful world of today, because wind is really stimulated by stress and over busyness and multitasking and a lack of presence and mindfulness and all of the things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. You know, anxiety and worry and stress are really like pandemic diseases of a spiritually corrupted modern civilization. And all of these mental states are inextricably linked with an imbalanced increase in the internal wind element that we have within us. Now, the wind element, it possesses the energetic qualities of roughness and lightness, and it's perpetually moving. And all of these kind of qualities we can easily relate to a disturbed and anxious mind. You know, it's rough. The behavior of the mind is rough. It has a lightness in the sense that it's not grounded. It's always floating, and it's perpetually moving. So, you know, this is what we see in a mind that is not calm or grounded or still. And these qualities, this roughness and lightness and perpetual movement, these are qualities that we see eventually manifest physically in other pandemic conditions, such as neurodegeneration, you know, the irritated perpetual movement of the nervous system and how it begins to break down. Conditions like chronic fatigue, osteoporosis, the bones begin to lose their density, they begin to lose their smoothness, you know, they become more rough, bones become more light. So all of these conditions are definitely arising from that very subtle energetic dimension of an imbalance, or rather an increase in the subtle wind element internally. And while it's obviously never a wise idea to rely wholeheartedly on just herbal medicine, or anything for that matter, to alleviate our ills, Eucommia bark is truly one of the great herbal antidotes that we have to our current human condition, because it addresses all of these problems from multiple angles. You know, it enhances our ability to tolerate stress, and it's really, you know, reducing the damaging effects that these kind of stressors have on our immune system, on our nervous system, and on the dense physical structure of the body. And this can all really support us in fulfilling what it is we are here to do in this lifetime, you know, without succumbing to the all-pervasive stress that we've become so accustomed to in the world today.